What about now? Okay, surely.
I think so. Okay. I've got the microphone working, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I got stressed there for a minute. Oh my goodness me. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we are ready to back. So I've delivered a whole speech, right? Because for me, it said the mic wasn't muted. And like, I didn't have a mute button. So I literally went in, restarted my controller, figured something out, and it's working. So it's good. Right. Restart the speech. All right. I was talking about the track mainly. So we are here at the Australian Grand Prix. This track consists of 14 corners, 4 DRS zones and 2 DRS detection points, and the speed trap is located at the entry of turn 1, which will definitely deliver some quite good speed. DRS zones, as you can obviously see on the track map on the bottom right, you've got it on the start finish straight, on the exit of the first chicane, and through the left-hander after turns 7 and 8, and then followed by the turns 9 and 10. I am Dominic, or Dommy, whatever you would like to call me. I don't really mind. I'm really interested into commentating in general, and I hope that I can deliver a good display of commentating here today. At the moment, we've got the Haas of Aiden on provisional pole position with 7 minutes and 30 seconds left of qualifying, with Burger Boy shortly behind. Only 86 thousandths off said provisional pole holder, as Fire actually decides, no, I'm going to get even closer to the 1:15.531, but it's just ever so slightly short, 35 thousandths off the current fastest lap time, as the Red Bull is coming out of the pits, it seems, and then followed by the McLaren of Dilemma. Oh no, it's Mind Pace, sorry about that, but he needs to definitely get himself a proper lap time, as he is currently 2.4 seconds off the pace. The Mercedes and more drivers setting up lap times at the moment, as MSL goes a 100th quicker. What a lap! 1:15.520 puts himself a 100th quicker than Aiden Jones in the Haas, followed by his teammate, the only who stays where he is, and then the V-Carb, who does not set any improvements. But next across the line is a man who held the provisional pole position not too long ago. This time he's going to cross the line. He does go provisional pole by a 10th and 600ths. Very, very good lap time there around Australia, especially. V-Carb is crossing the line. That was McCall going up into 9th place, followed by Mateus going to the pits, I think that is, and then the McLaren following suit. Next across the line will be Mind Pace. He is currently 2.5 seconds down. This time jumps up to 13th, currently second off the leader in the Aston Martin, currently on provisional pole. Burger Boy with a 1:15.361. This is what drivers want to be aiming for obviously, if they want to get pole position. Let's knock the obvious parts out of the way. What about Roby? Crosses the line, he goes P9 in the Ferrari, just shortly behind his teammate of Vanilla. About a 10th and 800, so basically just 2 tenths. As more and more drivers are currently in the pits preparing for their final laps that they will have against them today. 14 corners, and they were going to be battling out of who's going to be the main man at the front of the grid further on tonight. Next across the line will be Rafa, who's currently in an out lap. We'll see if he improves from his 1 second deficit from the person currently on pole. As we currently wait for a McLaren making his way through, he's 5.4 seconds down, so obviously he won't be anywhere near getting a proper lap time in. So at the moment, drivers are slowly going to start making their way out on tracks once again to get their final laps going. But the question is, who's going to take that final pole position moment? in time. At the moment, Burger Boy leads 0.16, basically ahead of the Kick-Sauber of MSLR, followed by the Haas of Aiden Jones, who is just 100th behind the Kick-Sauber, followed by Firebird and Freza. As Ollie takes himself up into P6, he's improved by a whole second, so he's found very good lap time, and has caught out on his mistakes and jumps up into 6th place, which is a pretty decent place if you want to really want to start in. Rafa Sanchez has bottled his lap there as he cuts across turn 13, followed by the Aston Martin. Currently on an lap, that is Flipper, followed by the Haas of Aiden Jones, making his way around the final corner. Can Aiden Jones improve? He did hold the provisional pole title for just a little short moment until MSLR snatched it away from him. But then Burger Boy snatched that back when he had it not too long ago as well. But we currently wait for drivers to make their way out on track. You can already see outlaps starting to pop up from the symbol where they have pits, obviously. So next to cross the line to actually put a lap on the board, to me, looks like it will be Flipper making his way through the left kink, and currently a 10th up, which will currently put him up into 15th place. So I'm not sure. I remember seeing your short qualifying. So obviously there is no Q1 elimination zone. So 15th place, he'll definitely, if he wants to push for points, he'll definitely have a mountain to climb up. And that's for certain as he spins into the wall and loses his left wing as he nearly crashes into the Haas. But thankfully, thanks to ghosting, luckily does not get to it. As Aiden Jones is going to cross the line, and he goes provisional pole, improving by 2.5 tenths, and goes first place with a 1:15.278. Burger Boy will need to get back out on track, which he is right now, as you can see on the track map. I think you can see a moving Aston Martin. As I think that was Rocco. Yes, it was Rocco who jumps up into P12. Currently just shy of the top 10 mark. Is only 400ths off that point. The next cross line will be Dilemma, who dives to the pits, and I think that will be his qualifying done and dusted. He will be starting from the back of the grid, followed now by the V-Carb of Patrick, who's going to start his lap, and then the Red Bull of Logan behind. He is definitely down, and now will probably start his proper lap time. The Williams of, I believe, Firebird behind him, as we have Vanilla beached at the exits of turns 4 in the entry of turn 5. He will need to catch up quickly if he wants to set one more lap in. V-Carb coming around, that's McCall. Does he move up anywhere? No, he doesn't. The Haas also stays where he is. The Kick-Sauber of MSL will also start his lap time. But what about the Mercedes of Unknown Destiny? He will also be starting his lap time. Definitely could see a good lap from him. The Alpine will also be starting his lap. That's Rafa Sanchez. And so will be Gabriel. As we have 30 seconds here as Freza has aborted his lap time. He will be at the maximum in 5th place. Question is, will he be in 5th place after the outcome? We'll find out. The Alpine of Rocco will be coming into the pits. Ollie starts his lap time, and then further behind we have Roby also starting. But then to put the first lap on the board, Patrick to finish it off. He goes up into P2, 4 tenths of improvement, only 4,000ths off 400ths of Aiden Jones. As qualifying is now done and dusted. As Burger Boy looks like he Firebird jumps up to someone just moved randomly. But yeah, it was Burger Boy. Was it? No, it was Firebird. Sorry, it was Firebird, I think, who jumped up to 4th. That was rather confusing. Vanilla's up to 10th. MSL will abort on his lap time. He will start at the minimum of 5th place. Next cross line will be the Aston Martin of Flippo. Stays where he is. And then Rafa Sanchez jumps up, and then where's the Alpine? Where's the Alpine? Where's the Alpine of Aidan Jones? He does not improve. The Aston Martin of Burger Boy behind. Does he improve? Cross the line? He does go! He's on pole! Surely now... Patrick can't improve, but maybe Firebird in the Williams, chasing down that lap time. We've also got a Red Bull of Ollie making his way down the straight. He'll cross the line. He jumps up to 4th. And the Ferrari of Roby stays where he is. So around turns 13 and 14. Can Firebird improve? No, he snaps it and goes into pits. It will be Burger Boy on pole in the Aston Martin. It is pole position for the Aston Martin driver, followed by Aidan Jones, Patrick, Ollie, Firebird, MSLR, Frezza, McCall, Logan Alley, Vanilla, Gabriel Sabioni. I can't read it. But anyway, it is pole position for the Aston Martin, and that's what's probably the most important. Getting right to the front and getting the front row seat to whatever mayhem we'll see in the future of tonight. Back to where I was. So Gabriel finished 11th, followed by Roby in 12th. Only GC in 13th. Rafa Sanchez in 14th. Rocco in 15th. Mine Pace in 16th. Unknown Destiny in 17th. Flipper in 18th. Mateus in 19th. And Dilemma in last. Without setting a lap time, sadly, there. So now we wait for the 29 laps, which is the Australian Grand Prix here in STB Racing League. Interesting. Definitely going to be interesting to watch. That's for certain. So now we're going to wait. I believe there will be a formation lap. But now we wait for the setups to be done. But here we go. Formation lap here for the Australian Grand Prix. And before every driver gets parked up, let's quickly run back through the grid. On pole, it is Burger Boy, followed by the Haas of Aidan Jones, finishing ever so slightly out of that pole grasp. Followed by the V-Carb of Patrick, then Ollie, Firebird and MSL top out the front 3 rows. Followed by Frezza in the Mercedes, McCall in 8th place. And starting in right slap bang in the midfield is Logan Vanilla and Gabriel. In 12th, it's Roby, 13th, the Only, and Rafa in 14th in the Alpine. Followed by his teammate in 15th of Rocco. Then Mind Pace in the McLaren. Unknown Destiny in 17th. 18th, Flipper. 19th, Mateus. And in last, Dilemma, who did not set a lap time in quali, as mentioned previously. Laps here will normally be around... Lap times in general will be around 1:18s, 1:17s, as this is obviously race pace, not quali pace. So this race will take us about 35 to 40 minutes, maybe a bit longer, with depending on safety cars, VSCs, and if I'm just horrible at maths. But drivers are going to park up into their slots now. Burger Boy takes pole position. He'll be last to park the car. And what is this camera angle? Why does broadcast always have to grief me with these camera angles? Honestly. Drivers have disqualified. Oh, here we go. So here we go here for the race. 5 red lights, and it's go, go, go for the first time here in the STB Racing League Season 30. It's a good start for Aiden Jones. Can he overtake Burger Boy? I'll have the inside line side by side through turns 1 and around the outside. Can he keep it? Can he get ahead? They're side by side. They would have been banging wheels if they weren't ghosting. And you have the inside line into turn 3, and Aiden Jones is ahead of the Aston Martin as it's pushed wide, as there's massive collisions in the back. Parts flying everywhere as we have an ass of Gabrielle, and it's already a virtual safety car. What a start for Aiden Jones. Got off the line quickly and got the move on the Aston Martin as he now takes the Delta to his advantage, and up into first place he goes with a second gap to Burger Boy in the Aston Martin. There were collisions at turn 3 between a couple drivers in the midfield. Some drivers were able to make it out alive, especially Logan, who has jumped up 4 places from 9th to 5th. But then we've also got drivers like Gabriel, who's dropped from, I think it was 11th to 20th. If we look after the first lap, let's look at the position changes. So, the only 2 drivers to stay where they are were Mind Pace and Unknown Destiny. We have a couple 1 move ups as Ollie dives to the pits, but we're back underway once again. Now the question is, can Burger Boy catch Aiden Jones under pressure? But these drivers probably won't succumb to it. Further back into the grid, we've got fights in the midfield into turn 3. There's definitely going to be a crash. They're side by side, they're banging wheels. Both of these 2 pairs, Rafa Sanchez and Firebird, and then Flipper and Patrick. There's contact once again as Patrick gets forced into the wall. And now the 2 vehicles are going to go fighting for that final point spot, followed by the Dilemma, who's gone from 20th to 12th. I think he wanted to do all the talking in the race here for sure. But here comes Burger Boy with the DRS to reclaim the lead. So obviously DRS came to his help, and that's for sure. And he'll have the DRS once again going down this straight. So Aiden Jones won't have a chance of attacking. But it's Patrick round into the fucking gravel. Oh my god. I don't know what's happened. But one thing known is Patrick finds himself in the gravel. Definitely colliding with his teammates. And I'm not sure what's happened there, but definitely a collision has happened between the 2 teammates. And there definitely will be scraps after the race. Aiden Jones chasing down Burger Boy going into turn 3. He had the DRS to slowly pull himself forward on the piece of string. However, Roby makes a diving send, slams it straight into the back to the side as Patrick retires in the pits and has left the session as Roby's overtaken the only. Can he chase down Logan, who's actually made up a place and goes up into P4? Now, 1.8 is quite the gap to catch up, but look at Aiden making his way like a bullet towards Burger Boy. Roby has crashed into full course safety car, I'm pretty sure. Is it, or is it a virtual? It's a full course safety car. He's crashed at a very bad point. Must have had contact somewhere, as we were more rather paying attention to this closing battle for the lead. Everyone will be bunched up once again for some more racing action. Aiden Jones and Burger Boy still in their places where they started. MSLR closely behind as Logan finds himself into the pits. A decent tactical move. The question is, what tyres will he go to as he pulls in? And that, to me, looks like hard. Yep, he's going onto the hards. and getting a new front wing, the number 77. He's still in front of all the drivers going into the pits. The five pack of Logan, Dilemma, Firebird, Mateus, and MyPace, as Williams have double stacked, and there's some issues with Firebird having to get a new front wing, and this is going to cost Mateus massively. Very, very slow pit stop there for the Williams, and that's for sure. As Burger Boy's caught up to the safety car. The Kick Sauber finds themselves 3rd and 4th at the moment. So let's quickly look at all the tyres all the drivers have decided to go onto. So the drivers that have pitted have gone onto either mediums or hards. Then followed by Burger Boy and Aidan Jones starting on the mediums, MSLR and the only on hards, Rafa and Flip on mediums, McHale or McCool on the hards, and then Frezza on the mediums, followed by Unknown Destiny and Gabrielle both on hard compound tyres. Mateus is going to have to catch up for quite quickly after now Williams find themselves the 2 drivers in last place due to the queuing at the pits, which led to Firebird having a long pit stop, which then also led to the double stack between Firebird and Mateus. I think safety car will go in either this lap or next lap. It was Roby into the left-hander. That is the DRS section. Most likely fighting with the only. Yeah. And as we make our way through turn 8 and down towards the left-hander, at the moment Burger Boy leads, followed by Aidan Jones, MSLR, the only GC, Rafa, Flip, so then it's MSLR, only GC, Rafa, Flipper, McHale, safety cars in this lap. So we are going to go back underway here on lap 5 out of 29. We'll start from lap 6. Aidan Jones in second, behind Burger Boy, and Aidan Jones is definitely raring to go. He wants to get that better start on him. Question is, when will Burger Boy go down that start-finish straight? Flipper has had a good start, that's for sure. So, we're going to get back underway. When will the Aston Martin go? He goes now, and we're back underway. Here after the safety car, the only has got to run on his teammate, but he goes and backs out. Will anyone dare to make a move into turn 1? Further back, maybe we can, as there's a going wide. That's for Unknown Destiny, and he's gonna have to watch out from Logan and Gabrielle shortly behind. Here comes Logan, trying to chase down. We could see a pile up here, going down into turn 3. Is there any contact as the Red Bull starts straight into the back of the McLaren? Oh my word! Some cheeky driving there from Ollie, which allows himself to go up into 11th, and he's going to chase down the Mercedes, and the Haas of Gabrielle has crashed. And it's another full-course safety car. Two safety cars in quick succession. I just did. No, I'm joking. Okay, I will. I need to clip farm a bit more. No, I'm joking. No, but we'll scream. Of course we'll scream. Yes, yes, new commentator. Alright. Burger Boy. He'll catch up to the back of the pack. Everyone is already bumped up, just all together. So there's really no point at the safety car. I don't really understand. I know there was a crash, but a virtual safety car, probably. I don't actually know what happened. Maybe, you know, he sat in the middle of the track. Just gonna start watching the midfield a whole lot more, because not only is it so compact, there's so many incidents. Maldi's commentating Tier 2. Yeah, okay. There is no standings yet. This is the round one. Yeah, I know, man. We're gonna get the safety car. We're gonna do one more lap of this safety car. One more lap to go of this safety car, most likely. And the safety car will go back into the pits. But we could see it come back out again. Most definitely. Yeah, man. I think safety car. When it's a safety car, I like to read the chat. So, like, you know, respond to people, innit? Because these 17 drivers, you know, have to drive through, like, forever. There's a max of safety cars. If there is, what? There's going to be another massive crash and there's just going to be a VSC dished out. Anyway, yep, safety car is in this lap, and once again, we're going to get back underway on lap 9 out of 29. We'll have 21 laps to go when the race restarts. Burger Boy to take it away once again, followed by Aiden Jones, the two Kick Saubers, Rafa, Flipper, Mikhail, Frezza. We've already been through this, but Logan finds himself jumping up to P9. Unknown Destiny drops down to P10 from the last restart. Ollie jumps up to 11th. Dilemma, I think, stays where he was previously, who gets hit into the back by the Alpine of Rocco, and Rocco gets a 10-second penalty. So we're going to get back underway for the third time now actually, as we are underway once again, as Burger Boy needs to watch out the Haas from behind, and it's a good fighting up and down the order. Can we see any action going to turn 1 with side by side? As going to turn 3, Dilemma will have the outside line on Ollie. He's going to have to watch out for the inside, as going into the corner, this luckily, there is contact just on the exits, and pushed wide goes Ollie, and we go through the first couple of corners safely. somehow. There's more yellow flags, and there's a collision. It's Vanilla and Firebird at the gravel at turn 6 and 7, and finds themselves 15 seconds. That's crying out loud. Got the first 3-second penalty, and that goes to Dilemma for track limit infringements. As we go down into turns 13 and 14. And down the straight, Burger Boy leads by a second, as there's another yellow flag. This time it's Dilemma who spun at turn 13. As Unknown Destiny forced wide, he's going to have to watch out. Dilemma retires in the pits. And Mind Pace chasing down. Can we see the move down the inside? There we go. That's a brilliant send. They're side by side. Will we get the maneuver around the outside into turn 4? And Mind Pace is ahead of Unknown Destiny. Good move there from the McLaren to get in front of the Mercedes driver. As now we see Flipper. Can he catch up to Rafa Sanchez going through the quick left and right chicane, who goes wide, which allows Logan to catch up to the back of him. He's going to look for a move. He squeezes to the right and down the inside he goes into turn 11. And it's a good move to jump up into P6. Brilliant maneuver. And now Logan is a step closer to top 5. Tier 2, I've been told that Tier 2 is a wet race. So, I feel very jealous. As there's a massive... What the hell? Mikel just decides, let's just smack it to the wall for no reason. What is he doing? Loses the back end on the exit of turn 14 and slams to the wall as Rocco cuts across turn 1. What is he doing? He's allowed Mateus to just slam past. And Rocco drops back to 14th. What on earth? His teammate is doing much better. Well, he's just been overtaken by Logan into turn 5. How have you let someone go through at that corner? I do not know. But now Ollie has to Frez has to watch out, because here comes a speeding Ollie. Goes to the left. He'll have the inside line into the left-hander. They're going to be side by side. Just will we see a crash is the bigger question. Into the left-right chicane. Is there going to be contact? Is there going to be contact? They'll be forcing wide though, as Ollie gets a 3-second penalty after being body wide. But here goes Pace! Oh my word! What a move! He catches Fraser and Ollie napping, and Mind Pace slips through. And Unknown Destiny has to slip through Ollie. Ollie's had an absolute mare after the DRS straight. Well, left-hander. Drops down out to the points as Flipper, the first man to go into the pits, I think, for a change of tyres. The question is, what will he go for, the Aston Martin? As Mateus looking for a move on the V-carb down the inside as he makes his way up into 11th place. Good move from the Williams and Mateus Mercedes. As Flipper has got himself a new set of hard tyres. As Logan is wishing to make his next move. He's gaining on the kick salver. He might stop a bit of a party here going on. As Kick Salver in good positions, as it's the yellow flag, that's Ollie dropping back, that's Logan's teammate. After a spin, he's actually had a mare after that DRS, as Logan Ali just breezes past the Kick Salver like if it's nothing. And he'll have DRS on the way back as well. So he can definitely make some speed onto the owner's teammate. MSLR. Mind Pace wants to catch up to Rafa Sanchez for 6th place. As MSL was also gaining on the Haas. But here we go. Mind Pace searching for a move. He hits the back of Rafa Sanchez, but he pulled to the right. Has he got the move? They're side by side. And he can't actually get to it. which means that just Rafa Sanchez had a brilliant exit and stays ahead and defends 6th place from the McLaren of Mindpace. Firebird's not got the best of races. He definitely had a good qualifying, don't get me wrong, but the race, not for him. Currently in 15th, 25 seconds off the Aston Martin and 50 seconds off leader Burger Boy in the Aston Martin. As there's more fighting for positions, Frezza on the outside. Will he get in front? Will there be a massive pile-up? 3 wide into the DRS zone. There's surely going to be a crash. Surely somebody goes far out wide. And somehow we go through such a close moment unscathed. And McCoy was looking to make a move on Frezza. Will he send it? Does he have the ambition? He doesn't. He stays behind the Mercedes. Boring. Mateus, can he find the move on Unknown Destiny? We also have Mindpace and Rafa up ahead as Aiden Jones pits, most likely for the hard compound tyre, and so does Rafa Sanchez. Mateus pulls to the right and just zooms past Unknown Destiny as he's caught him out on the turn 14 exits, and now the Williams finds himself up into 6th place. Bruh. Now gaps are slowly starting to settle. We will have Frezza coming out of the pits. Currently 2 seconds behind Rafa Sanchez, and we'll need to have to climb a mountain to get past. But Mateus going through the chicane, chasing down into turn 8. I didn't miss Logan's overtake. Anyway, to the right, Mateus will have the outside line and gets in front. It was because of pit stops. He got him to 3rd because of pit stops. The next to probably make a move, it will be McCall as Burger Boy finds himself into the pits. MSLR is currently your new race leader as the retiring of Firebird. Let's see what driver they've gone on to. So Aiden finds himself on the hard compound tyre, so does Rafa and Fraser, and so does Burger Boy. I think all of them came on from the medium compound tyre, as Rocco finds himself in the pit lane too for new tyres, and is currently down in 14th. As the two, what probably will be in the future, race leaders, Burger Boy and Aiden Jones, fighting for currently 9th place, probably 1st place, as we make our way through the left and right kink and down the right-hander. We're going to go into the swooping left, which is also the DRS section. But Burger Boy's just got the pace through the left-hander. The DRS will definitely bring the Haas back a little bit through the chicane now. Can Aiden Jones chase down Burger Boy in 9th? Maybe not just yet, but we can see McCall. Can he make the move? Will he have the ambition to send it this time? No, he doesn't. Stays behind Unknown Destiny, and 6th place is not his just yet as he goes into the pits. And so does Logan. So at the moment, Kick Sauber sits 1st and 2nd. Aiden Jones wants to definitely catch up to his close rival Burger Boy. Ollie up ahead will also maybe hold Burger Boy up. But the question is, when's the move going to come? As Ollie's gone wide, Burger Boy might catch him here. Going into turn 4, down into turn 5. Where's the move? Where's the move? Where's he going to find it? When's he going to sneak through the window? As Aiden Jones goes wide, Ollie gets another penalty. Burger Boy picks his line, goes to the outside, and around he goes, down the inside on the DRS, and will get up into 6th. And Aiden Jones will soon be be going into 7th shortly. Penalties wise, we've got a 6-second penalty for Ollie, 3-second penalty for Aiden just now committed by him, and he'll get past Ollie rather easily. Ollie just basically let him through. Unknown Destiny on 3 seconds, Logan on 3 seconds, and McCall on 3 seconds. The top 5 are still yet to pit, and I think Ollie's diving into the pits now. I think he might have gone a bit too late, but who has caught up to the pack here? We are fighting for 4th place here. Unknown Destiny, Mindpace, and then the 2 lads that just pit, Burger Boy and Aiden Jones. Burger Boy will pick the first move, jumps to the right-hand side, and up the inside line, down the inside he goes. Will there be contact? No, there won't. Everyone holds their line, and everyone goes through safely into turn 3. Good move. And Aiden Jones' turn will be soon. Burger Boy now chasing down the Mercedes of Unknown Destiny. And we'll need to get through quickly. He'll definitely have first place when MSLR pits as Mateus jumps up into 2nd. We're using his DRS. As it's side by side, Aiden Jones gets past the McLaren. But maybe not just yet. Yes, he does. And Aiden Jones may have the ambition to make a move on Unknown Destiny, but maybe Mindpace will. No, he doesn't. Backs out as Burger Boy will run away, and Aiden Jones gets held up by the Mercedes. MSLR currently in the lead, currently going to the pits as Mateus does not go into the pits and only also stays out. We also have Unknown Destiny going to the pits, meaning Burger Boy will soon be your leader. The question is, currently Mateus Mercedes finds himself in the lead, only locks up. And here comes, he's going to soon have to look into his mirrors because a threatening Aston Martin is on the attack, and his name is Burger Boy. He is gaining like a bullet, making his way through the right-hander. He is chasing down the Aston Martin. He won't have the DRS, but he does have the standard pace. Definitely quicker than the Kick Sauber. Down into the left hand and left and right. And Kick Sauber only just seems to be napping at this point. And the move will definitely come soon. Maybe even the send. Tries to go around the outside. It's a good defensive maneuver from the Kick Sauber and slowly still keeps ahead, but maybe a move can still come. Bit of a risky move there by the Kick Sauber, and he took both of them out. Only's playing very aggressively and wants to make it noted to Burger Boy that Only won't go down without a fight. Bouncing over to the right, and it's a good move to the left, and Burger Boy sneaks past the Kick Sauber. And now Burger Boy has to catch up to Mateus Mercedes. 11 laps left of this race. And at the moment, it's growing somewhat calmly, which is a bit interesting to see, quite honestly. But Burger Boy will have the... Does he have the DRS? Yes, he does. Oh, he's going to bring him forward like on a piece of string. The rope is bringing him forward to the Williams. And a move will be coming soon, definitely. Through the left hand and right. And down the straights. We could see a manoeuvre here now. Obviously, Burger Boy does have the better tyres. One of the better tyres on the whole grid. Logan Ali is also chasing down the Only. But when does Burger Boy make the move on Mateus Mercedes? Well, he doesn't have to. Mateus dives into the pits on 15 lap old hards. And the Only will follow him through. So we're back with the same 2 drivers in first and second, and Logan up into third. Will he be able to catch up to Aiden Jones? At the moment, he has to watch out for the Kick Sauber of MSL. As Burger Boy ahead, 2.1 seconds. As Fraser is going to have a move on Rafa. Around the outside, Rafa squeezes at the outside. And the outside line into turn 4. Will it be successful? No, it won't. Good defending from the Alpine, leaving as little room as possible. Logan will have to now watch out because MSL, oh my, absolute rockets through that DRS zone, and MSL up into 3rd place. Back onto Fraser, he's definitely going to catch up, but here comes the V-Cub of McCall. Tried to get a bit of a very close moment that Rafa's bodying everyone, and that is a massive mistake as Rafa drops to 7th, and now down the inside goes to the kick Sauber, but Rafa elbows out, bodying everyone, trying to keep position. He does lose one, but holds on to the other. Logan Ali still looking threatening to MSL. Definitely down this DRS straight will bring him forward a bit more. Obviously, he can't find the move into turn 3, but Aiden Jones is being caught up to by the 2 drivers, and we could see Aiden Jones slip out of 2nd place. We should quickly check gap to leader. Aiden Jones is dropping back, and I know, Burger Boy is steaming ahead. MSLR is rapid. But at the moment, we could see some last lap showdowns here. Question is, who would go against who? Will Burger Boy make a mistake? He's currently holding the same gap to Aiden Jones as MSLR and Logan are closing in, have formed a DRS train from 2nd to 4th place. For quickly have a look at penalties. Unknown Destiny and Ollie find themselves on 6-second penalties. And then Rocco, Mikhail, Logan and Aiden Jones all on 3 seconds. As this will be a tasty little battle here on lap 22 out of 29. 8 laps to go. As there's also fights for points between Only and Unknown Destiny. Will Unknown Destiny be able to catch up? No, we can't. But we do have a fight for 7th, which are some good points. Could also allow the Kick Sauber to join in. But I think we know the main guys to be watching out for the rest of the season. Burger Boy, Aiden Jones, MSLR, Logan Ali, and maybe Flipper Lester, who's caught everyone out on strategy. If we look at stops, he's done the 1 stop, he's done the standard stop. And he is keeping the gap to Fraser a little bit. Question is, will that hold out for as long as possible? But anyway, it's a good move down the inside on the Alpine as he spun round. What is Rafa doing? He's done it once, he's done it again, and the coil has dropped back to 10th, as also Unknown Destiny goes into the gravel. My words! What are we doing here in the midfield fighting for points? And just making mistakes like that. Here comes the Only, who is spacing himself far, far, far away from Rafa, which is still contact going into turn 1, but Rafa drops back and loses back end. Rafa going full aggressive and is not allowing a little bit of hope for anyone behind him. Really desperate to keep position. Mateus chasing down Fraser, going through the left and right and into turn 8. Round the right-hander, and he will have the DRS on Mateus. And here he is, around the outside of the Mercedes, and Mateus jumps up into 6th. Quite easily. As Rafa still pushing people wide, and he's done it on himself, and karma has come for him. Rafa, after bodying everyone for so long, drops down to 13th with his teammates behind him, and Rafa has allowed karma to he's just... Karma always comes back to you, and it's clear that too much was done by Rafa. And it's all gone away from him. Now finds himself 2.7 seconds behind the Red Bull of Ollie, and around 4 seconds, 5 seconds maybe even, off the Mercedes. Logan wanting to chase down the Kick Sauber. We do have some close fights approaching, and maybe Logan will be one of them. Can he sneak his way back up into the podium? Maybe not yet, though. MSL is on the mediums, which are younger, but there will be a moment where the hards will be better. We could have a last-minute crash. If so, we could see something crazy. Aiden Jones has a 3-second penalty already, so he needs to overtake Aiden Jones, which MSL might do in a short amount of time, as the Rafa Sanchez is off at turn 11. He is not having the race anymore. As Rocco is slowly catching up to the back of him. Logan, he needs to somehow get past MSL and get past Aiden Jones if he wants to get onto the podium. As Rafa Sanchez retires in the pits. And definitely people and the stewards will definitely be looking into his actions on the track. As Logan catching up to MSL. He's going to tick off step 1 and overtake the Kick Sauber. MSL is too far back to make a move on Aiden at the moment, but Logan is still in striking distance. 3 tenths, 4 tenths. Okay, so everyone's spaced out by 4 tenths between fourth, third, and second. As also Burger Boy not far up ahead, 4 seconds ahead of Aiden Jones. But here comes MSL. Can he find the move? No, he can't. Slots back into the queue. And maybe a move down this straight he will find. Will he send into turn 3? Does he have the ambition? He's too far back. Can't make the move. And looks like it could stay Aiden Jones, MSL, and Logan Alley for the next 4 laps. Aiden Jones building up a gap that MSL needs to now hold off the Red Bull, a steaming Red Bull through the chicane, and Logan is closing the gap too as Mateus finally overtakes the Aston Martin of Flipper and needs to watch out for the approaching Mercedes and Kick Sauber. And around the final corner, we're going to start lap 27 out of 29. The end is slowly arriving. Burger Boy leads, followed by Aiden Jones, MSL, and Logan, all having a scrap for second place, which are, at the moment, in the standings, will be going to MSL anyway, due to the 3-second penalty that Aiden Jones has. Maybe any extra penalties could change the race. If we look at penalties, at the moment, Flipper is still in 5th, technically. But he will most likely fall out of that range soon. But here comes Logan. He's closer than before. He's slowly gaining. He tries to pick a move, however. MSL holds the same line and defends well. But here comes Logan once again. He's going to pick the move. He's going to pull to the right. And can he make the move? Down the inside goes the Red Bull. And it's still side by side, but somehow the Kick Sauber holds through and is still ahead. And is allowing Aiden Jones to run away. As we are on the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix, Burger Boy will be most likely coming home to finish in first unless he spins, which to me seems somewhat impossible as his confidence is sky high at the moment. We are in the opening round here in the STB Racing League Season 30 as there's yellow flags. It is Burger Boy! Oh my god! I've jinxed it! Burger Boy drops to third and he gifts the lead to MSL! Burger Boy bottles it and drops to third! Technically second. And now all MSL has to do is hold off Burger Boy for one whole lap and victory will be his. Unless Aiden Jones builds some rocket boost onto the back of his rear wing and he somehow builds a 3-second gap, but I don't find that possible. I've jinxed Burger Boy here and I'm very sorry for that. Commentator's curse is real. As he's crashed into the wall, he's done even worse. What is he doing? He's dropped to fourth. His race is completely gone. What has just happened to Burger Boy in the Aston Martin? He's actually lost it all. Yeah, I was gonna... Surely that was on purpose. There's no way. 4.5 seconds up, ladies and gentlemen. This man was 4.5 seconds up on Aiden Jones on lap 28 right now at this point. He spun and dropped to third, but maybe he's okay. He could have caught up to MSL, but no. He spins again at the exit of turn 14. And only second, no, actually third. If we look at the leader gap, he will be in third. Aiden Jones will finish in second. The man on track to win is Aiden Jones. But the man we should watch is MSLR1, as also Logan Alley bottles it as well. He drops down to fourth, and he already knew he was going to finish fourth. But around the final corner, the man to cross the line first is Aiden Jones. But the man to finish first is MSLR. He wins the first round in Australia. Followed by Burger Boy after competing for so hard, but he bottles in the final 2 laps and finishes in third. Logan fourth, Mateus fifth, Flipper holds it out and finishes in sixth. Fraser seventh, only eighth. McCall will be dropping down and finishing in 10th. As Mindpace finishes 9th, Unknown Destiny 12th, Ollie 11th, sorry, and then Rocco coming round the final 2 corners will be finishing in 13th for the Alpine. But victory is for the Kick Sauber of MSLR, and it wins the opening round of the STB Racing League Tier 3 in the Australian Grand Prix here at Albert Park. His teammate finished still in the top 10. I think Kick Sauber will gain the most points in the constructors from this race. Maybe Aston Martin. I am not quite sure. But victory is definitely for MSLR and Kick Sauber. Your race winner, MSLR 1. Your fastest lap holder is Burger Boy. your driver of the day, Mateus Mercedes, jumping from so far back up into top 5, followed by him getting the most overtakes, and then the cleanest driver being Burger Boy. Thank you guys very much for watching, but that is all for the first round here in Tier 3. Be sure to follow STB, the STB League, and make sure to follow them on TikTok. But that's all for me, and thank you guys very much for watching for my first stream in the STB, and thank you guys so much, and I go out with a bow. Goodbye.